Well, I was just going to say that I was surprised actually because it is a really lovely, loving family, vibe here, and one love and all of that. So I'm actually shocked that there's not more of a charitable sort of aspect to it.
I mean, when you've got all these people here with a positive vibe, come and have a seat on the table of chat. That's you. Yes, we're talking about could we spread the love here from Deershed? Could we actually use that love to actually have some kind of charitable effect, some charitable cause? Thomas?
Well, this is bad about the tattoos because they children's cost £5 and the adults cost £7.
Could some of that money go to a donation towards, maybe a charity for removal of embarrassing tattoos or something like that? Could that work? Would that take the sting out of your claw?
I think we should make all the stuff that children like a little bit less expensive and make it go to charity too.
We come oh, it's too late. Come and have a seat, come and get involved in this. We're talking about, there's a couple of subjects on the table. One is it too expensive? And the other thing is, should some of this money be going to charity? But not only some of the money, some of the love. We've got a whole bunch of people here in a positive mood. Could we somehow put that into some kind of charitable cause? Come and have a seat on the table of chat. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. I know you look like more of a listener than a talker, but that's fine. We need people like you just to make those people that just like to talk and be listened to, give them an audience. Okay, so we got Denise, we got Leo. What's your name?
My name's Billy.
And
Andrew.
And we got Will, we got Thomas, we got Ben. And what's your name?
Danny.
Danny and
Toby.
Theo.
We got a lot of Theos and Leos here, which is great because it makes life easy for me. Ben.
Who actually runs Deershed? Is it for the house or what? Is it a money-making thing for the...
You know what? We just turn up here. I don't know. I just got an email from someone called Megan. But maybe we need to get... Is there anybody here from Deershed? Anyone in the organising committee? No idea. Because we've got some great ideas, but we also want to talk to you about how we can make this festival even better. Okay.
Well, the house over there is actually Queen Mary's school.
Really?
Yeah. So
it's a school.
Yeah. So this whole land is owned by the school, but it gets.
Are you a part of the organising committee?
Well, my auntie's does some things. She was on ticketing and she's on the welfare now. And my uncle runs the fairground. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've already had a lot of plaudits for the price of the fairground, right?
Is it the school that's, profiting from the rent of the land?
I don't think so. There's somebody who organises it, but they use. I think they borrow the land for this weekend, and then they use it as for the festival.
Okay.
And then there's separate businesses that come and do this, I think.
All right.
Do the students at Queen Mary get free tickets?
Okay. Do the Queen Mary students get quick?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. Yeah.
Just one thing. This is the 6th year we've come as a family to Deershed, and it gets progressively more expensive year on year. Now it gets a bit bigger, but things like you were just a few minutes ago, you were asking about things that are rip-off car parking.
Yeah.
It started out free, then it was £5, then it's £10, now it's £15.
Yeah.
The thing is, there's no doubt about it, it's a huge commercial operation.
Yeah.
Everyone's here just to make money.
Yeah.
Apart from the participants, we're here to have fun. And just what you say, the positivity, everyone, it's please, thank you, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's such a rare thing nowadays.
Yeah.
So if you get 6,500, 7,000, 8,000 people together with that kind of mentality, it's unstoppable.
Okay.
What you need to do is get the commercial system set up so it makes money. If it doesn't make money, it won't be here next year.
Yeah.
Get the commercial system set up and then get a charitable base within that.
Yeah.
Because for every £1 you donate to charity, the government will give you 25%.
Oh,
gift
right.
aid.
Okay. Yeah.
So something like that. We need the money men to get involved.
Okay, so there's some questions about the financing of this. What about the parking? Is it too expensive?
Love your show.
Okay, is that your final thought?
That's my final
Okay, we're here all day. So you're off again. Final thought?
I was never here.
No, you were, weren't you? Weren't you? Anyway, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Final thought? Hang on.
Charity.
Charity. You like the charity idea? I just want to come because you look like you might be wanting to say something. You haven't said anything yet, but is that not true? No. Okay, Denise.
No, just to say what that last guy just said.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree with all of that. And then you were saying, like,
Yeah.
is there a way that we can, create some type of way of making it profitable for charities? But I think something just like this, everyone's sitting around, coming up with some ideas, like, okay, how can we do this?
Yeah.
I don't know much about financial things.
Okay.
But I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
If
maybe.
you advertised it, and then people might come and.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a way to finance this to make it a bit more affordable, or is the car parking too expensive? Is there a reason for that? You agree?
Why do you have to charge for car parking? Everyone's coming to the same place.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
I mean, how much are the tickets that you pay for? Like
150, I think. I understand.
Can he come here without a car?
Well, not with all the stuff that we ended up bringing. If there were shuttle buses and stuff, and maybe if you're on your own, or maybe if you don't have a big family, you might be able to. But this is for families, and
okay. So families generally come in cars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's to discourage more than one car, though. I don't know if there's an aspect to that.
Yeah. I mean, some groups of people have come here with more than one vehicle. But shouldn't that could come off of your ticket price or something like that, or like it comes within the ticket price. One car.
I've got an
hang on a sec. Yeah.
Because more people are coming, why do we need to charge more if more people are coming?
For more stuff, I suppose. I don't know. We'll pass that one around.
But why not? If you buy a ticket and you buy it for your family, why doesn't your ticket come with the parking space?
Okay.
So you buy your ticket with your parking space.
Okay, so the ticket could come with one parking space if you bring a second car. What are you going to say?
Final thought is,
can
Mr. Trolley be closer to the main arena for next year?
What, Mr. Trolley?
Mr. Trolley, the trolley guy.
Yeah.
That's
what? I don't even know. That's passed me by. What's the trolley? It's
all the wagons.
Okay, closer to the main arena. More trolleys. Should you have to put like £1 in the trolley, like you do at Tesco's? How does it work? You have to pay for it. Okay.
£5 for half an hour.
Wow.
With a £50 deposit.
Wow.
50 quid.
Wow. Okay. We're talking about Deer Shed. Is it too expensive? That's what people are saying around here. Come and join in. Come and have a seat on a table of chat.
I think we need a Mr. Trolley for adults. That's what we need. Just so you can have a little kit.
We needed a Mr. Trolley last night.
Oh, we did. Drag me around. You put me in there, Mikey, and wheel me home. That would have been ideal for me. But I think it would have been good.
Yeah. Do you think you would have got off the trolley at the end of that?
I'd have been off my trolley.
Yeah. Anyway, Ben?
Maybe they need to up the prices a bit, then you might get a better table that don't fall apart.
Okay. What should we say? So this is a 7.0 table. It's just been designed. We've got actually 7.1 is coming next week. Yep. Liam?
What do you want to say?
I'll come back to you. We've got a new face at the table. What's your name? Let me get a final thought from Thomas, from Ben, before you go. Let's just get your name. What's your name?
I'm Rob.
Rob? Come, let's get a final thought. Final thought.
I think we should give all the money to charity.
All of the money? What charity would you give it to?
Maybe like a children's charity, because if children have no parents and they have no clothes and have no houses, we should give them some money.
A bit of money to a children's charity. Great idea. Ben, final thought. You're not going to get away without a final thought.
Well, the table was a big thought.
Slagging off my table. That's not a final thought. Sorry.
I might set up my own charity and you can give it to me.
Okay. What would that be for? For parking supplementary parking services or something like that?
That sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, okay. For people that can't afford to park, we need to help them out, give them a parking space. Okay, so we're talking, this is Talkaoke. At the moment we're talking about, there's a little bit about money. Is the festival too expensive? Could some of that money go to charity? Could we be spreading the love? And actually, well, it's not just about money, but about that positivity. Could we somehow do some kind of charitable cause? That's another thing on the table. Rob, have you got any views on any of this?
It is quite expensive, but it's nice. I think when you consider they could probably make the capacity a lot. They could have a lot more people, and they don't ram it full, so it doesn't seem really commercial. It is pricey. I think we might try Carfest next year, which is a little bit more pricey.
Try what?
Carfest, which is the Radio 2, Chris Evans festival, which is
do you have to pay to park your car there?
Well, they've got loads of sports cars and then bands as well, and food.
Yeah.
So similar, very child friendly.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think the charitable element would be a really nice idea.
Yeah.
Especially with some of the things that you pay for while you're in the festival.
Yeah.
I'm sure people would be happy to donate some money.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, it would kind of take the stinger out of the prices a little bit if some of that money went to charity.
I haven't seen any charity shops here where you can just donate.
So there could be a kind of charity shop, even. Yeah.
Something. Even, you know, just a stall, just a couple of stalls that are charities.
Yeah.
That you can just go and do something and donate some money. Because there's literally nothing.
Okay. Could there be like a sort of Oxfam shop or something like that, or a Save the Children or something like that?
Yeah, or a nominated charity every year. So they change, and then some of the events and collections are specifically for that charity.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, what's the slogan "Making Waves" about? What are they making waves for?
Okay. Is it sound waves? Did you say?
Well, on the programme there's fishes, and on my wristbands there's fishes. So I think it's kind of about making sea waves, but then sound waves with all the music.
Okay, sound waves, making all kinds of waves.
I'm not sure.
But what about waves? What about thought waves? Because I think that's what we're doing here. We're doing thought waves, really. Hang on a sec, Will. I'm coming. What's your name again?
Why don't they do more shops to do with what's running on?
Yeah.
So for fish, why don't they make some
Okay.
shops?
Do you think there should be a fish shop here?
Something like that.
Okay. Could there be like a fish tank, a bit more of some real fish? We've seen some sort of papier-mâché fish, but what about real fish? Where's the fish? Leo, Denise, we want final thoughts from you before you go. What are you looking forward to today, Leo?
Going on the Helter Skelter.
Oh, I go on the Helter Skelter.
Helter Skelter again? Have you been on yet? You have, haven't you? Yeah, okay.
Yes, you have.
Final thought?
5 times yesterday.
Wow.
Final thought, definitely there needs to be a more charitable component to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And
how do you see it? And what kind of charities could we get involved? Is it just about like channeling money to them, or could it be other stuff as well?
Yeah, you could get them down to actually run events, you know.
Right.
You could, especially the bigger ones.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've got all sorts of creative people on their teams that could come up with a little show or some music or something, so then at least you're not just giving, you're getting something back.
Okay, so there could be a kind of charity fest element to it. Any have you got a favourite charity?
A favourite charity? Gosh, I like Crisis.
Crisis, and what do they do?
They're based in London and they do everything for homeless. They've got homeless shelters, they do Christmas meals and everything.
Yeah. Okay, well I think that would kind of be quite appropriate in the festival where you've not got anywhere proper to stay. You've just got a tent. It's kind of like it gets hot, you know. I mean, you know, I think you can start to.
Maybe they could hire out like portable fans that you could put in your tent. I'd have hired one of those.
Yeah.
Definitely, that's a money maker. See, that's a money maker.
Yeah.
Nick's a fan.
Mr. Fan with Mr. Strong.
Mr. Air Conditioning.
Yeah.
You'd have a breezy time. It'd be great.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you don't know what weather's going to come, so we're lucky this year. Last year apparently it was raining. Can I have a seat on the table of chat? What's that? This is Talkaoke Pop-Up Talk Show. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. We started off talking about, is the festival too expensive? Then it was like, oh, maybe to take the sting out of this a little bit, some of the money could go to charity. Then we started talking about the charitable causes that we maybe could involve in this festival. Can I have a seat on the table? You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. Don't be shy. Rob, final thought.
Great festival, had a great time, and thank you for letting me join in your conversation.
Well, thanks for coming to join.
Thanks
for your contribution. Okay, we've got a couple of new faces at the table. We've got Will. We have got, what's it again?
Toby.
Toby and Theo. And what's your name?
Annabelle.
And
Gabby.
And I'm Mikey. And we've got this man here who's a bit reluctant. Let's give him a round of applause. Come on, yeah, there we go. Come on, it's just a microphone. Don't be, it's just a microphone and a round table. There's nothing that serious. So at the moment I guess we're talking about charities. Could we do more charitable stuff here?
Well, I think the best charity is children in need, because there's quite a lot of people out there who don't have much and quite ill. So I think that's a great charity.
Okay.
I really enjoy.
Could we, children in need, actually bring some of those less fortunate children here to the festival? Would that work as an idea?
That'd be so good. Even something like that, though. Do you know what I mean? Giving some free tickets out to a charity. Just giving back to the community. I think that's a really nice idea.
Okay, Annabelle.
I think
Gabby, Annabelle, yeah.
I think we should do some, maybe have some people come in and then maybe go in and see what the life is like without having.
Hang on a sec. Sorry, Gabby. I need to get a final thought from you before you go. Sorry, let's just finish your point, Gabby.
So maybe if they could come and live for you for a few days, if you were okay, and you could let them stay in your house or something, and just let them feel how it is. That's how, because we're so lucky.
Okay, so just share that luck, that fortune with less fortunate people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great idea. Let's get final thoughts, Theo.
Well, I think as it's based in Yorkshire, get some Yorkshire companies, as they've got Brimore and they've got the Toasts of Harrogate, so I think it would be a good money maker for local people, local businesses.
Okay,
and if they have local charities, so money goes to local charities.
So get local charities involved in this whole festival,
So
Toby?
a percentage they earn from the fun fair should go to a charity.
Okay, what charity would you send it to?
Cancer UK, and also if they did it with children in need, if they did it exact same time as maybe Sports Relief was on.
Okay, so connect it with Sports Relief and connect it with some of these other charities. Great thoughts here. Some great thoughts. So this is Talkaoke Pop-Up Talk Show. At the moment we started talking off with a whole bunch of adults moaning, oh, this is so expensive, car parking, beer, oh, I paid £7 for a curry and all of that stuff. Then we moved on to, what about if a bit of that went to charity? It would kind of take the sting out of that £7 madras. What's that? £1 for a chicken nugget. Are you disappointed about that?
Per chicken nugget?
£1 per nugget. I mean, but if 20p of that nugget went to charity, that would take the sting. And then we started talking about should we be getting more charities involved in this festival, not just giving them money, giving them space to run charity shops, to promote their charities, to get people involved in volunteering and stuff like that. Could that work? Would that kind of fit us more into the community here? Spread the positivity. Anyway, we've got Annabelle, we've got Gabby. What's your name?
Vicky.
And what's your name?
NDP.
What was it?
NDP.
And whoa, sorry.
LV.
Yeah, hang on. Let me just turn this one down.
LV.
And
Astrid.
We've got Will over here. I'm Mikey. Come join in. Come get involved in this. So, any thoughts on that? Do you like this charity idea? Have you got a favourite charity? Anything on this side? Yeah. Come over to Will over here.
I've got to ask, because I've seen these lanyards around on people's necks. I'm not quite sure what they are. It's like a map inside it, is it? On the lanyard.
Very brief information.
Because what you could have on there, you could have some information about a charity inside it. It'd only be an extra page, wouldn't it? And you just flick through and have a look, like a sponsored charity.
Okay, so you could have
for the year.
You could involve a charity in everything.
Yeah.
Charity. Could you have a charity for those people that can't afford the chicken nuggets, some kind of nugget subsidy charity or something like that? Would that work?
It would be nice if there was people who couldn't afford to come here that was included.
Yeah. Could we somehow give out some free tickets or some cheap tickets to those who couldn't afford to make it here? And I guess we need the transport as well.
Well, it would be good if we could let people who don't have very much, like homeless people, because they get to meet other people and communicate rather than just sitting there not doing anything.
Okay, so we can actually, it'd be a good way to get those people talking with other people, get a bit of communication going on.
Yeah, I think we should maybe give out some free tickets or something.
Yeah. Who would you give out the free tickets to?
Like maybe families who are really just want something to do and they want something to do and they can't afford to come here.
Okay, so families in the summer holidays that maybe they haven't got anything to do. We've got any face at the table. What's your name?
Stan.
Stan.
I was here yesterday.
I know you were here yesterday. But these people don't know you. Mate, Astrid, you were all here yesterday, weren't you? Yeah, you wasn't. Okay, you were, weren't you? Okay, so what we're talking about at the moment is, could we include those less fortunate people in the good fortune, the positive vibes of the festival? Anything on this side? Who would you include? Who would you get to come here if you could give out some free tickets? Who would you give them out to?
Maybe some charities and homeless people.
Okay, like the homeless idea. Okay, yeah.
But if we gave free tickets out to homeless people, the food here costs money.
Yeah.
But then they'd have to bring a tent, which they don't have, and all the stuff they don't have. So we'd have to provide that to them too.
Okay, so it wouldn't just be about a ticket. You'd have to have accommodation, food, all the other things to transport. Travel.
I don't think it will be a good idea. Mainly because most, but some homeless people mainly do drugs, and if you brought them over here into the festival, most of them will probably bring drugs with them, so it'll be bad for the festival.
Okay, so. Would it bring the scourge of drugs to the festival?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the point. Yeah.
Maybe if we give them a chance, to experience something new and sort of take them out of the quite bleak situation that a lot of them are in, maybe they wouldn't, and they'd surprise you, and you'd have a really nice time.
So okay, are we not giving them the benefit of the doubt, I suppose? Yeah. Okay, so we've got some new faces at the table. We've got Stan, we've got Annabelle, we've got Gabby. What's your name?
Lizzie.
And
Will.
And
Sam.
And what was it again? Sorry.
Vicky.
And what's your name again?
Nippy.
And
Elvie
and Astrid, and my name's Mikey. Did I do you, Will? I can't remember. Anyway, at the moment we're sort of started off talking about, is deer shed too expensive? Like chicken nuggets, £1 per nugget, is that too much? But then
sausage chops £2.50.
£2.50. That's better value, I think.
With the chips?
No, the sausage.
Okay, sausage. Okay, so we're talking. But if some of that money went to charity, would it take the sting out of it? And then we started talking about charities, and could we use the kind of good vibe of the festival to actually spread some good in the world? And we've come up with all sorts of different ideas. Could we invite homeless people here? Stan's worried that if we do invite homeless people, would they bring drugs to the festival? So these are some of the subjects on the. Could we invite less fortunate kids that have got nothing to do in the summer holidays? Could they get a free ticket? These are some of the questions we're talking about at the moment. Does that, guys on this side of the table, does that strike you as a good idea?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
You wasn't listening? Okay, I'm not going to recap that all over again. Yep.
Well, I think
you have to wait 5 minutes. I'll do it in 5 minutes. Yeah.
Even if we bring homeless people, if we bring people who have a problem, they'd have carers, so they'd be more prepared.
So bring the carers as well, and you got to be ready for it as well. You got to be. These people have got problems, but we're also trying to. You were saying, Gabby Annabelle. Yeah, you were saying, Gabby, that. You can actually get these people talking, and we get to know them a bit more, understand the problems as well. So that's part of it, I suppose.
But I think you can't take anyone in because you don't know what they do, and it's just not very safe because for the other people. Okay. Because you can't just take someone in do you want to come here?
So you think there is a safety concern? Mm-hmm. Okay. How would it work? Come and get involved in this. We haven't even seen you. What's your name? Have you got a view on this charity? Should we be giving a portion of the profits to charity? No. You don't know, okay? Well, mate, sit around and find out. We've got a new face at the table. That's what we're talking about now. Should we bring in a whole bunch of homeless people here? Give them a different experience. That's what we're talking about. Yeah? What were you going to say?
I was going to say you can't really give all money to charity, otherwise the people who own the festival won't make any money.
Okay, so could you give a portion to charity?
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly a portion. What sort of percentage? Like, okay, you've got £1 for a chicken nugget. How much of that pound could go to charity?
Have like charity stands, I reckon.
Yeah. But have you got
charity vendors?
Have you got a favourite charity?
Not really.
No. Okay. Okay. We've got. Is there a point on this? So tell us your name.
Phil.
Phil. Okay. Today.
I'm from County Durham.
Okay. Have you got a view on this question? I mean, could we? It's not just about the money going to charity, but it's about actually supporting and getting involved in charity causes. Could it work at the festival? Could we somehow bring this great fortune and positive vibes to a wider group of people?
Well, I don't think you should like force people to like spend money on charities.
Yeah.
Like they should be able to.
It's
spend.
got to be a choice.
Yeah, if they want to spend money on a certain charity, then they should be allowed to do that.
Do you spend money on charities?
No.
No?
No.
Not at all? Have you got a favourite charity?
Not particularly, no. Not gonna lie. Not my top 10 favourite shops in the world, not gonna lie.
They're not in your top 10 favourites?
No.
Do you ever go shopping at a charity shop?
No, not particularly.
Okay, does anyone here shop at charity shops? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, what? Any particular one?
Just any of them.
Any of them?
Any of them.
Where are you from?
Thirsk.
Thirsk?
Yeah.
What have they got there in Thirsk as charity shops?
Cancer Research, yeah. British Heart Foundation.
Okay, so there's a couple there. Yep.
So me and my dad went shopping somewhere near Wetherby, and I found it nice because there were lots and lots of charity shops there.
Yeah.
So that made me quite happy because we went into mostly all of them. But
what kind of things were you buying?
well, we weren't really buying anything. We did buy some things.
You just did a bit of browsing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite good toys there. St Michael's is near school, so I sometimes go there as a treat just to get something from the charity shop.
Okay. Could we be involving more charities in Deershed? That's what we're talking about at the moment. Phil's not that keen on it. Astrid?
It would be an idea if each stall around could have a different charity.
So each stall could nominate their own. What charity would you go for if you were running a stall?
I don't really.
Don't know. Okay. Yeah.
If the charity actually came and supported all the people and had their own store there for people to buy merch and stuff, saying like how we need to help the people, so they could help themselves too.
Okay, so you have a stall, they sell merchandise, but they also communicate what their cause is. We could have like almost like a kind of charity street. We could also, this idea of having the stalls, each stall nominating their own charity and nominating the charity that they're into.
Yeah, I think like what Astrid said, having a little charity box then, so if you had any change from what you just bought, then you could just put it in and it would be quite nice for...
Okay, so it's $4.80 for a pint of lager here. Make of that what you will. That 20p could go into the charity box. Is that a good idea? We've got a new face to say. What's your name?
Andrew.
Andrew? Have you got any views? You've been listening for a while. Have you got any views? Or are you just going to listen in a bit more?
No.
Okay, yeah.
Well, if you think about it, every penny counts because it's just it could lead to something like really big and it could help everyone.
Okay, so every penny could add up and could actually be a huge amount.
What about having, rather than picking one charity, having like, say, I don't know, 80 charities?
Yeah.
So it's fair, so it all gets distributed to each charity and not one charity is favoured.
What do you think about Astrid's idea that each stall could nominate a charity, or maybe each family could nominate the charity that they want their extra charity slice to go to? Would that work?
It would be nice if there was something on the internet where you could have a list of charities and donate your money to the...
Okay, so you could sort of pick the one that you like. Okay,
In each shop you could just have some donations, like for a charity.
Okay, like a charity box.
Like in the woods.
Yeah.
For a dog ride, all you had to do was give a donation.
Okay, so they're already starting that. For what was that? For what ride? Dog ride.
Dog ride or something.
So you riding a dog?
Yeah.
Okay. There must be quite large dogs, I suppose.
It wasn't a Yorkshire Terrier.
No.
It was a St Bernard.
St Bernard.
St Bernard. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Right. Dog riding. Did you know there was dog riding going on there? So the moment we're talking about, we've got some new faces. We've got Phil. We've got Will. We've got Andrew. We've got Astrid. What was it again? I've forgotten your two over here.
Elvie.
And what's your name?
And the pay.
And
Vicky.
And what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to.
Sam. Will.
Will and Gabby and Annabelle. What's your name?
Seamus.
And
Luke.
Luke. We're talking about should we be? There's a real positive vibe here at the festival, but should we be spreading the love and actually getting charities involved in this festival, inviting them in, giving some of a portion of the massive chicken nugget profits to the charity? Should we actually be inviting also less fortunate people to come here and actually get a chance to meet them and talk to them and find out what their problems are? That's what we're talking about at the moment. We've got another couple of new faces. What's your name?
Libby.
And
Nelly.
So, any thoughts on this side? Is it a good idea? Are you excited about that, Seamus? You don't look that excited about it. You're not that excited.
No. Yeah. Charity's good, isn't it?
You think charity's good? Okay. Well, is there a particular charity you would like to?
No.
Put money to? No. Okay. Luke, have you got any thoughts on it? I'll come back to you. There's plenty of time. We're here all day. There's plenty of time to think about this. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Well, I've just said. Okay. What do you think about the price of food and drink and rides here? Is it expensive?
Well, it depends where you go, and who you are, because you might think one person might think that's expensive and one person might not think.
Okay.
It is.
Should there be different prices for different budgets?
Yeah.
Okay. Could we have like a rich people's price and a poor people's price? Would that work? No. Okay.
That wouldn't work, because if you were poor but you didn't know it, you'd go for the rich people price, and then you would lose a load of money because.
Okay, so you wouldn't necessarily know which one to go for, yeah.
I think that we should give all the chips.
Yeah.
And the burgers to the poor people.
Yeah.
And I think we should give all the fruit and the vegetables to the really rich people.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
To rich people, what? Do they need more fruit?
Yeah, just to keep them healthy and live longer.
Okay. Should we have a kind of division of foodstuffs? Chips for the poor, fruit for the rich. I've got some blueberries here. What does that make me? Yeah.
You can get these bags from these two stalls, and on one, the £6, and the other one, the £12.
What kind of bags?
Just these ones.
Okay, so there is a big variety. So maybe that's already happening. The rich people go to the £12 store. Can you put more fruit in the £12 bags? Okay, so we're talking about should we have some cheap chips and some expensive exotic mangoes and blueberries?
Well, if you think about it, if you're homeless, and would you rather have something that would keep you going and keep you healthy and strong than maybe not living as long as you should do?
Okay, so what is better food for homeless people?
Probably fruit.
You say fruit, okay, yeah.
So me and Annabelle, we've seen at these tails.
Yeah.
So I got this one for £5. There's other ones for £10, and then there's other ones for £25.
Right. Okay, so there already is a variation of price. Come and have a seat on the we haven't got any seats. So come in and get involved in this. We're talking about should we be involving charities more in the Deer Shed Festival? Should we be inviting those families that can't afford to come here, give them a chance to actually experience this? And then there's a question about should we actually have cheap food for poorer people like chips and burgers, and then more expensive like some watermelons and mangoes and stuff like that, and for the richer people, so they can live longer and be a bit more healthy. That's where we are at the moment. Come and get involved in this. Are you from Deershed Festival? Okay, well, because there's been a lot of questions going on. Could we donate some of the huge profits from the festival to charities? And could we be should we be inviting homeless people here, poorer families that can't afford to come here, and then we could just have like a really cheap chip shop for food for them to eat? That's what we're talking about at the moment.
I think that poor people and rich people should be charged the same.
Okay.
Because some rich people work really hard for their money, and then for people to just take advantage of them and say, you're rich, so we're going to take more money from you, I feel like they've worked hard for that. Okay, so they've worked hard, so they deserve their fruit. Whereas the poorer people, they can only get chips.
I think that everything should be priced the same because, if there was only like rich people left in the world, that would just lead to everything going to really expensive because everything just goes up in price nowadays, and then the rich people would go quite poor, and then the government would have a lot of money.
Okay. Would that be a good thing or a bad thing?
A bad thing, because then it's not the people who are getting...
Okay, so it's bad if the government have a lot of money. Too many rich people is just going to end up with everything, all prices going up.
One quick question.
Come grab the mic, grab the mic, Max.
Well, no, just as I say, as you were sort of saying that poor people have chips and rich people have fruit. I just noticed you're eating your blueberries there.
That's right, I know. Well, I bought these on a credit card, so they're going to be paid for in July 2020. Hopefully by that time I will be rich. Luke, you had a point?
You're saying that if rich people are made to live longer, then there'll only be rich people. But the way it's got to work is there's always going to be rich and poor, on a spectrum, because it's going to be, unless everyone's wages are the same, there's always going to be someone who's earning more money than another.
I mean, do you agree with this idea that you shouldn't subsidise make things cheaper for poor people, because the rich people kind of have worked harder and they deserve to have more stuff?
I'd say so. I'd say, but then again, like, you've got different supermarkets, like you've got a spectrum, so you can have your Aldi's, your Waitrose.
I mean, should it be like that here at the festival? Should we have like a kind of, an Asda and a Waitrose kind of sort of spectrum of different shops here, so that it's something for everyone?
I don't think you should have like shops, because Deershed is all about being independent, meeting other people, because you're camping and you've got to survive. But if there's shops, then it's not really helping.
It's too easy, so no supermarkets here. What do you think about this on this side? The rich and poor debate? Do the rich people kind of deserve to have that money because they've worked harder? What's that?
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah?
Like, I don't think it makes a difference if you're like rich or poor what you eat. Like, I don't know. I don't think it should be rich and poor stands. Like, that's what it sounds like to me. Like what you're saying. Like, it doesn't.
Well, I'm not saying anything. My job in the middle is simply to articulate the opinions of other people around the table. I don't have opinions. My opinion is, let's get everybody talking about this. We've come up with some great ideas so far, I think, about how to actually spread the love of Deershed Festival.
Maybe we should just like...
Oh, hang on. You're sitting in an awkward place. There we go,
Maybe we should just bring all the prices down, some of them down, because if everything's expensive, then poor people won't be able to afford it, and if we have a rich and a poor menu, it probably won't really work, so just maybe... Okay, so make everything cheaper, but we talked about this earlier on, but if you make everything cheaper, how are these people, how is brown and blonde brownies and blondies actually going to
pay their way and provide the brownies for people. Seamus, you had a point, did you?
That's what I was going to say. Like, if prices came down, companies wouldn't be able to like provide the same standard of service.
Okay.
They wouldn't be able to.
Okay.
Afford.
Yeah.
But it depends on like what quality the food is, because some things are more expensive because they're like better made than other things. So
okay, so there's a question about quality, Gabby.
So if the prices are down, isn't the quality going to go down? Because if you don't have the money to make it with all the all the things you have,
is that £1 chicken nugget? Is it a high quality chicken nugget? It is. You think it is?
It's nice.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Is there a relationship between price and quality, Luke?
I think in some cases that there should be a relationship between price and quality.
Yeah.
And also, the higher the price, the more that certain company can do with that money. So maybe they can branch out and keep going with that, which creates more jobs for the country.
Okay.
And that'll benefit the economy, which gives the government more money, doesn't it?
Okay, so Andrew, when you're paying £1 for that chicken nugget, whoops, I just spit on my blueberries. When you're paying £1 for that chicken nugget, you're actually benefiting the entire economy and you're creating jobs for people. Does that make you feel better about paying £1 for a chicken nugget? Maybe not.
No.
No. Okay. But you benefit. You're fueling the economy.
some shops like they buy the products already made and then cook them and then sell them for really expensive prices when they've already been
okay. So it's not necessarily about. It's not. Sometimes people are just making money. I've got a point here.
Do you know what annoys me? I think it's all fine if it's really good, but have you ever gone up to get like a bottle of like a Coke or something, and then they just get out a bottle of Coke from Tesco and fill it up, and they charge like £3-4 for it, and you think the bottle only cost £1? That's what gets me at festivals.
Right. Okay. So some things are not high quality, and it is just people making money. But are they not fueling the economy? That's what Luke's saying. They're fueling the economy. If the more you charge, the more the economy gets fueled. More jobs, more prosperity for all of us. No, you don't buy it.
In China, there's a trainer factory for Nike, Adidas, and I think it's Puma. I can't remember. And all of them are made with the same materials. All of them have the same design. They just look different on the front. They just have different colours and stuff.
Okay.
So
how does that fit into this conversation about the festival? I mean, could we have a kind of trainer factory to sort of subsidise this whole thing? Could we? Maybe you kids could actually sort of like, in order to pay for this, make a few trainers.
I meant that, some shoes will
so they're made cheaply, but they cost a lot of money. Is that what you're saying?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
What are you saying?
No, there's an easy way to say it in like a different thing, because I've heard that all the dishwasher tablets are the same, they're just different colours.
Okay. So we kind of moved on a little bit. We're now talking about trainer. All the trainers are made. I'll come back to you in a second. I'm just going to try and sum up with what I've got. I'll come back to you in a second. All the trainers are made in the same factory in China. They've just got Nike, Adidas, or Puma. That's just the last thing they do. Just put the sticker on. And it's the same with dishwasher tablets. Whatever brand. What are the dishwasher tablet brands? There's Finish, isn't there? But they're all the same. They're all the same, basically. It's all the same. It all comes out the same factory. That's the world we really live in. Yeah. I'll come back to you in a second.
So like if they're all made the same, but then some of them are bigger prices and then some of them are cheap. So you're not really getting anything out of it. You're just getting the same.
Okay.
Thing,
all right. I mean, I guess that's how the world works. And I'm just looking down and doing a quick survey. We've got a bit of Adidas. That's it, really. And more Adidas socks and the Nike. New Balance there. Okay. Are they all made in the same factory? And is there really any difference between these things, or do we just?
They just look different.
They just look different, but are they?
Yeah. Some of them charge higher prices when.
What's the most expensive out of New Balance, Adidas, and Nike?
I think Adidas.
Adidas. Okay, so that's your trainers here. But are you happy to have the most expensive ones, even though they're all made in the same factory?
To some people that might seem like, why did I buy these? Because they're basically the same as some other people's. Yeah. But then some people will be like, yes, I got some new trainers. Yeah. They're not like anybody else's, so I can walk around and be different.
Okay, so we're talking about trainers. They're all made in the same factory, yet they're different prices. They're kind of the same, but people want to be different, so they've got different labels on them.
Right, so say if you had like a Sondico pair of trainers, and say if you had a Nike pair of trainers, I can 100% say that the Nike trainers will last longer.
You think the Nike will last longer?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a difference in quality.
Same with anything, I think.
Okay. Luke?
Also, if they're made in the same factory and one's cheaper than the other, no one's forcing you to buy the more expensive one, are they?
So why do people buy the more expensive one?
Because they might prefer the look of them. I don't know. But there's got to be a reason, because people do it, don't they?
People do it, yeah, it's true. We're talking about trainers at the moment. We've got some Adidas there. We've got some bare feet, made in the same factory. Some Puma. This is Puma, but isn't it? Is that how you say it? Puma.
Puma, yeah.
Puma. Okay. The thing about Pumas, they do get on with other Pumas because they've got a good sense of Puma. Seamus and Luke, I want a final thought from you. Don't just walk off. Don't just leave. We need closure here. Final thought. I know we're talking about trainers. They're all made in the same factory, but we've got Adidas, we've got Puma, we've got New Balance, we've got Nike, but some are more expensive than others. We've got Sondico as well, and High Tech. No one's mentioned High Tech. I'm going to throw that one in. I'm wearing Merrells myself. But I mean, why are people buying the more expensive ones? Anyway, final thought, Luke.
I think no one's forcing you to buy the more expensive ones. So if you want the cheaper option, then go for it. But if you want something to last longer,
it lasts longer though if it's made in the same factory.
Well, no, there's normally a correlation between a shoe being more expensive and how long it lasts.
Okay.
Like that is true.
Okay, so you think there is a correlation? Okay. Okay. What does a correlation mean? Seamus, final thought?
I've just worked out I'm wearing triple New Balance.
You're wearing all New Balance?
Yeah.
Is that good quality clobber?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Why do you wear New Balance?
I don't know.
You don't know, okay.
It's a Liverpool shirt.
It's because of Liverpool, so the sponsorship thing has worked there, for sure. We've got some new faces to the table. So we have got, for some reason, I just can't get this on this side. Hang on, let me think. No, it's gone. Sam, that's right, and
Will.
Sam and Will, and Lizzie, and we got Gabby and Annabelle, and we got Will, and we've got Phil, and we've got Nelly, and what's it?
Okay, Libby,
Nelly, and
Gabriel,
Rowan,
Bob.
Bob.
It's Bob.
You can be whoever you want to be on this table. Yeah?
I'm Margaret.
Margaret, okay, interesting. So, we're talking about the train. Have we done the trainer thing? Do people feel we've got more on this? Yeah.
Well, I think people wear the more expensive ones because if like someone wears Gucci, for example, people think like they've got Gucci, they're probably quite rich, but you can also get fake stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
But they think they're more like it's more cool to have their more expensive things.
Is it worth having a Gucci pair of trainers if they're made in the same factory as the Nike trainers?
I don't think so because they may be like more expensive, but if it's fake, then it might just be made of like the same material.
Okay, so you can get fake Gucci as well, Margaret.
You can tell if they're fake or not, like like Michael Kors or something. You can just tell if they're fake.
We're talking about trainer factories in China. Apparently all the trainers in the world are made in the same factory in China, and they've just got not all of them, a lot of them, let's say, and they've all just got different labels on them, and they cost different prices. But people are willing, like a Gucci pair of trainers is probably twice the price of a high-tech, or 3 times the price of a high-tech pair of trainers, or Sondico.
Do you have high-tech on?
What's that?
Do you have high-tech?
I'm wearing Merrell. Merrell's a good brand, I think. Yeah, Merrell. Yeah. So me and Archie are kind of like on the same thing here. Okay? So what? Let's just have a quick round of names. What's your name?
Tom.
And
Archie. Phil.
And
Nelly. Margaret.
Tarquin.
Tarquin. Yeah.
Gabriel. Jeremy. Bob.
And
Why can't you get it?
Sam and Will and Lizzie. Sam, Will and Lizzie, of course. Sometimes you just get a block. Do you know what I mean? But we're talking about this trainer factory in China. I don't know if we've got any more on this or not. It seems to be going on quite a long thing. What do people think about this? Maybe we could spread it out into this idea that everything's now is made in China, in huge factories, and
A lot of things are made in China.
Yeah.
I think that, like I say, maybe 1/4 of the things in the world are made in China.
1/4 of the things in the world are made in China, Archie?
It's good that things are made in China because China's great because they practice communism.
Okay. So it's a
That's
good
what I'm
country.
saying. That's
Okay. Is that why they make so much stuff?
Well, I think so. Also because everyone works for like really low wages and everything.
Okay, so if you want to make trainers, in bulk, go for communism because then you can pay people very little money and just produce the trainers for the world. Okay.
Well, if China makes practically they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because people buy stuff from China to sell themselves.
Yeah.
Then if China becomes the most richest country in the world,
Yeah.
they can buy stuff and they can do stuff that some of other countries can't do.
So it's kind of good for China that they make everything. We're talking about China now, and we're talking about the fact that they make everything. Is it down to communism? Is it down to cheap prices? Is that a good system for the world where China makes everything? That's what we're talking about at the moment. Archie says yes, it's great, and it means that Chinese people get loads of money, and that's what we're talking about right now. So come and get involved in this conversation. Yep.
If they're all made in the same factory, but some of them have got higher prices, then there's no point of you paying for the higher prices, because if they're all the same but for different prices, you could just go to a different website and get them for a cheaper price.
You're wearing Adidas, I noticed there.
Yes.
Would you get the same trainers with a high-tech logo on for half the price?
Yeah.
You would wear them, okay?
I don't know because because
Adidas is. Or what about
Adidas is
Lidl own brand trainers? Would you go for that? No. Okay. Even if they were exactly the same?
No.
Okay. Interesting.
It's about revenue.
It's about what?
It's about revenue.
Yeah. What's revenue?
Revenue is like the demand that people put on a logo. So if logos are being made in bulk in a factory in China, then the people in China aren't going to be paid more. It's the people that are selling the logos.
The people that have got the logos.
Yeah, people that own the logos.
Okay. Do you think that's right? Do you think that's a good system?
Well, if we didn't have the system, then there's going to be no jobs in China because people aren't going to make them in bulk. So then, people do have jobs in China, no matter how low they're paying. So if the revenue didn't exist, then
So you think so basically what you're saying is a good system. It's a functioning system anyway.
It could be made better.
Okay, so we're talking about trainer factories in China. It's the logo, people with the logos that make all the money. The Chinese just doesn't matter if it's a little own brand trainer or a Gucci trainer, they get paid the same. But it's the people with the logos that are making the real money. That's how the system works, and it works, it does work. Any thoughts on this side? Is it a good system? Should we all be wearing the same trainers with a little gold star on them, and red trainers with a gold star? What's that?
Depends if you want to.
I mean, I don't think people do. Do they want to wear the same? Would it be better if we all had the same brand of trainers, if there was just one brand? And what brand should it be?
Everyone just looks the same.
Okay.
No,
you don't like that idea?
There's all this thing about, say about Kim Jong-un. He makes everyone look like him. then everyone look the same. Because I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Okay, yeah, I think we're picking up that point. Yeah, Archie.
I think that uniformity is good.
Yeah.
Because that means that some people, like girls, don't think, or boys, don't think that people look necessarily better than each other. It gives everyone an equal chance.
I mean, it kind of goes to this whole kind of uniform thing. If everybody just had like China brand Communist Party trainers, then there wouldn't be any, like earlier on we were talking about rich and poor, how poor people feel worse because they can't get the same things. If everybody had Communist Party trainers, would that problem be solved? Tarkin, were you going to say something?
I don't think that anyone should infringe on the personal liberties of other people by enforcing.
I'm going to say Sam. Sorry, I'm going to just Sam, Will, Lizzie. I want a final thought from you, but let's just get Tarquin's point.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
That's it. Basically.
You're infringing on people's civil liberties if you only provide one brand of trainer. Then that's actually it's actually an insult to freedom. Says Tarquin. Okay, final thoughts. Come a bit closer because you're too tall. Will. Well, it's just whatever. Throw something in to keep us going. You know.
Just commercialisation.
You think it's good? Yeah, okay. Different trainers, the same trainers?
Different.
Okay.
Different.
Okay. Lizzie, grab the mic.
I think everyone should be allowed to wear what they want and should be different because it expresses their personality and.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Okay, so okay.
I think you should think about, like, if you're selling about trainers, think about the higher quality version of an Adidas trainer in the lower class, because you could get a pair of Adidas trainers for about £15 from Sports Direct, but then you can buy a pair for 250 quid.
Okay, so there is still a difference in quality within the brand. We're talking about all trainers are made in the same factory in China, but they've got different brands and they're different costs. So people on the table generally think that's fine, and if you've got like some expensive ones, then that's kind of okay. You're choosing to get the expensive ones. People like Archie say that they should all have the same brand and be uniform, so that we don't have this kind of jealousy between people. That's what we're talking about right now. Come and sit down. Come and get involved in this. There's no age limit. Come and sit down. Come and get involved in this. We've got Tarquin. What's your name?
Liam.
We got Tarquin, we got Liam, we got Phil, we got Archie. What was it again?
Tom,
and we got Annabelle and Gabby and Margaret and Bob and what's your name?
Jeremy.
And nameless. Come and get involved in this. What do you think? Have you got any trainers? And what brand have you got? Yeah.
I got Gucci.
You got Gucci trainers, okay. Does it matter would you favour like an unbranded trainer system where everyone's just got the same Communist Party trainers? Would that work better?
Depends what you mean by work. So if like some people would think it would work because of like no jealousy or anything, but then it won't work because of like, as he said, it's not showing freedom.
Okay, so it's an infringement on your civil liberties, your personal freedoms, to not have. You have to be able to choose what logo you have. Yeah. Tom?
So uniformity can't work because then we'll have to enforce it.
Yeah.
So take it from the Koreans. If you ask him about his country, he'll just tell you he can't complain.
Yeah.
So whether that's them enforcing it on the Korean population or it's a fact that everyone's the same in Korea.
Yeah. So you think that you don't want to go the Korean way?
We can't do uniformity.
Why?
It doesn't work.
Okay. Okay. So uniformity does not work.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
No.
What do people? I guess we could bring this out to uniforms in general. Do uniforms work in any circumstances in the police, in the army, at school?
I'm going to say a point, but it does link in.
Yeah.
But do you believe in love?
Hands. We had that last night on the silent disco. Yeah. Okay. Who believes in love? Put your hand up.
I know.
There's quite a lot. Okay. Yeah. Archie, where are you going with this?
I'm going with.
Yeah. Yeah.
People don't love other people. Not necessarily because of their personality, but because of the way they look.
Yeah.
So what? I get paid. I get like palmed off by girls like every day. But like, I'm not gonna go in there. Like if everyone's in uniform, then perhaps it will only come down to personality.
Yeah.
And the people who have personality
would
win.
Okay. I mean, okay. So what you're saying there is that actually uniforms actually allow love to blossom more than not having uniforms.
But I think if somebody's only after you aesthetically, then he's not somebody you really want to be with. Like I think that's going to fizzle out, because it doesn't matter what point you're at, then it's going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whatever it is, I think it's one of those that might fizzle out.
What are you saying, Will? Are you saying that uniforms are good? Are you backing out Archie's point?
I think uniforms in some situations are good.
Yeah. Okay, so uniforms are good because it allows a personality to shine through. Yep.
In schools, uniforms are good because if it was non-uniform, some people might like get bullied for what they wear.
Yeah.
So if everyone had the same uniform, then everyone
so
be
cuts
the
down.
same.
What about the love thing that Archie? Do you agree with this point that Archie's making, that it allows love to it lowers the barrier to love? Let's say.
Well, I think you should only love someone if they're actually if they care about you, not the way you look, but the way your personality.
Okay, so I'm going to take that as a yes, as an agreement. Yeah.
So you can wear what you want to wear. People are going to judge you, but you wear. So say if I'm wearing this, does that mean that I'm?
I don't know. What do people think? What do people think about what Gabby's wearing? You like the neon?
I like the neon.
Are you making judgments about Gabby, about who she is as a person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drag queen.
Definitely a capitalist.
Yeah, a capitalist. Okay. Okay. So there are judgments being made about what you wear. Come and get involved in this. Should we all wear the same thing like they do in Korea? And would it? Okay. Excellent. I'm gonna have a seat.
We need a compromise.
What's that? A compromise?
We need a compromise because we can't have. Yes, we can't have full liberty over what we wear. Otherwise, people wouldn't choose to wear clothes.
Okay, people.
So
if you had full liberty,
we need uniformity in between full liberty over what you wear.
Okay, so full liberty would mean that the uniform would actually be nakedness.
Yes.
Nudity. Okay, final thought.
Just wear what you want. Don't if you get judged, it's not their problem. It's just just wear what you want. It's
like if you're getting judged for what you wear, that's them thinking, oh.
How do you feel about what people said about you, that your neon thing is kind of is nice, but it's a bit capitalist?
Well, I still think people shouldn't be judging me by the way I look.
Okay, yeah, okay. Good stuff. Let's have a round of applause. We've not had any rounds of applause so far today, and it's hard for me today because I was up late last night. Right now, I guess where do we want to go? Do we want to talk about uniforms and is there a point to uniforms? Do we want to talk about the love, sharing the love? Do we want to talk about judging people?
New subject. What's everybody been most excited about at Deer Sheds?
Okay.
Getting palmed off by girls.
Archie, this isn't counselling.
Okay, well we could talk about that. Maybe we could give some advice to Archie.
Just to ask
I mean, it's probably a bit late for this year's Deer Shed, but maybe next year we could have a little advice session. Would that work? It's kind of up to you what you want to talk about.
Take the toxic waste.
Take the toxic waste. Would that help? We got some new faces. Hey, what's your name?
Ryan.
And
Charlie
and
Zach.
What was it?
Zach.
So, I mean, do we want to go down there? Do we want to try and help Archie not get palmed off by girls? Has anyone got any advice for? No, you don't think it's a good subject?
I think that if he does it wrong, he deserves it. So.
Well, I mean, there's no doubt that he deserves it, but I think. But I think Archie needs a chance of redemption. It may be too late for this year, but what about next year? Have we got some advice for Archie? How does he do better with the girls? How does he do better? Yeah.
In all fairness, it wasn't actually my fault.
What do you mean?
Shifting the blame.
Is it a question of blame?
Genuinely, it's never my fault. I promise.
It's not me. It's not me. It's you type situation.
Yeah.
He's been going at it 3 years for the same person. He's doing something wrong.
Okay. So,
yeah. If it's been 3 years of the same person, it might be time to realise that actually they might just not be interested.
To be honest, I agree. It sounds a bit like stalking.
Okay, so
I'm gonna be honest.
So first bit of advice, maybe just like widen the field a little bit, perhaps. Yeah.
There should be a yellow pages. How to girls.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, we've got a lot of young people around the table, and it is part of growing up. But no one really tells you how to do it. So maybe we could, if anyone's got any tips, any good advice.
I think there's some terrible influences as well. Like you see all these films where guys are walking up and being all sleazy and that. And but do you know what I mean? You don't need that. Treat a woman with respect, and you might actually get a bit of respect back.
A bit of respect.
I'm not saying you don't, but I mean in general.
Okay. Yeah.
Woman respect.
Yeah.
You need to make friends with them first, because you don't know if they'll like them or not.
Yeah. Make friends first. Okay, we've got a photographer here, so let's just pretend that this is that we're getting into. Don't take the picture yet. Wait until I pass the mic over, so it looks like it's not about me, but about the audience. Like that, like now, yeah. And I'll look like I'm listening to them as well.
Archie's a muppet.
So we're talking about girls. How does Archie do better with girls?
He doesn't.
Yeah.
I think.
Is it about belief a little bit as well? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you need to believe that you can do it.
Wait. I feel like the conversation's getting a bit awkward. Let's switch to uniformity again.
You want to go back to uniformity? But just before we do that, let's get the photographer's opinion, because it's slightly older. We've got a question here. Like Archie has asked the table, really, how does he do better with girls? How does he actually,
It's 3 years.
It's 3 years with the same girl. There's been a suggestion that he should maybe look elsewhere. Have a wider palette of ideas, suggestions. But you're a slightly older person. What is the secret? What's the secret to?
There is no.
Grab the mic.
You just got to keep plugging away, I guess.
Yes, you think 3 years is not enough time?
No. It's a lifetime of dedication. That's the only way.
So persistence. That's the message there. Okay. Be more persistent. Okay. Good luck. Okay. Where do we want to go this right? I think we've got a whole bunch of
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You look like you know what you're on about, mate.
What?
You look like you know.
Come on, tell us what's going. Go.
You've got the sex hair.
What?
I used to.
Yeah. Okay. So like you have put him off making the point there. Because we don't want to do that. We want to encourage the points. Yeah.
Please, can we change the subject?
Okay. What do you want to change it to?
Multiple forces of money.
I've got
Yeah.
McDonald's.
I mean, it kind of fits. It kind of fits into the whole thing. All of today's chat has been about the money system, branding, about quality, and who pays for quality, uniformity as well. And I think McDonald's is a kind of uniform food stuff as well, so it all fits together in a way.
They do wear uniforms.
They wear uniforms.
They do wear uniforms, like that grey, green, beige, horrible thing.
Yeah, it's like a sort of beige on beige stripes on darker beige stripes, isn't it?
McDonald's is terrible.
You don't like McDonald's?
No,
okay.
I hate McDonald's.
Okay. What's that?
They don't do enough vegetarian stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not even good.
Do they do things with meat in?
It tastes of plastic.
It tastes of plastic. Okay, what do people think of McDonald's? Anyone a fan of McDonald's here? Yeah, a little bit.
It's alright.
Why do you like McDonald's?
Because it tastes good, and it's reasonably cheap.
Okay. Is there a playoff between price and quality? Yeah.
I think the fact that it tastes good, but the quality of it is obviously terrible. But I mean, the price for the quality, I think, is about exact.
Yeah.
And I also think that because it tastes good.
Yeah.
It's pumped of fat. I don't care any.
Yeah.
If it tastes good, it's good.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, we talked about the trainer factory in China. Is it a bit similar with McDonald's, that it's all kind of made in the same factory? Could it be branded differently for different kind of? Yeah. Okay.
Different places.
Last time I went to McDonald's, I just saw people yelling at their kids.
Yeah.
It's a place where you go to make them shut up and yell at them.
Could there be a yelling at your kids corner here in Deershed, a special like kids yelling corner.
It's called the comedy tent.
It's called the comedy tent. Okay.
Very good.
What do people think? Could there be a corner where you yell at kids, like a sort of McDonald's corner in Deershed?
We have a song about McDonald's.
Okay, 2 rules on Talkaoke: no fighting, no singing, and I have to enforce that very strictly. This is not karaoke. Yeah.
80s music. That's the next topic.
Why?
Because
why not?
we love 80s music.
You love 80s music. Were you alive in the 1980s?
Don't need to be.
You don't need to be, okay?
It's all recorded.
Yeah. I think we should go for the revolutionary 60s music.
Okay. I mean, why do you like this music of the past when you weren't alive?
Because we don't record music as we used to.
Okay, so you think that's maybe a better quality? Once again, it's this quality question that's coming up. 80s music, do you like 80s music?
No, but I have one of my favourite bands. It's called Gorillaz, and it's amazing.
Gorillaz, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Alright, were they around in the 1980s?
No, but they're just good. I just wanted to mention them.
Okay, yeah. Is there a point here?
No.
Okay. So we're talking about, where do we want to go with this? We want to talk about the yelling at kids McDonald's corner in the festival. Do we want to talk about the 80s music?
We make a McDonald's. We make a McDonald's at Deershed.
Yes. But should there be a McDonald's? Should there be a McDonald's at Deershed?
How music changed.
Okay, you want to talk about that? Okay. I feel like we're kind of like at a crossroads here. Do we want to talk about the McDonald's conversation, or do we want to talk about the 80s music or music from the past? Let's have a show of hands. Who wants to talk about McDonald's?
It's vinyl.
Who wants to talk about 80s music?
70s.
Okay, so it's not just 80s, it's 70s, 60s you mentioned. Why is that music better? It's interesting that a lot of people like music from the 70s, 80s, 90s. Why is that better than music of today?
Because you can buy it as a vinyl instead of having like a little chip on your phone.
Okay.
If it's any consolation, I collected records before him. I've got over 1,000 records. I work in a record shop. And it's what I do. And I just think that the quality of the music is better. And every time you pick up a record and you put on the needle and you just listen to the crackles, and it's just like.
So it's a bit more of a ritual.
It's more of a ritual, and it's also the actual music that you're listening to is not like the trash that is on the radio today.
Okay, so has music actually declined in quality?
It's definitely declined because you can't really hear what they're saying anymore. It's just all a bit fast.
Eminem Rap God, example.
What's that?
It's just
okay, yeah.
They don't really sing, they just talk.
They don't really sing, they just talk now.
Yeah.
So what, music, everyone around the table agrees, music is actually getting worse, the quality has gone down. What do some of the older people think? You've kind of lived through some of these generations of music.
No,
yes.
The old music is good.
Yeah.
Some of the new stuff is good.
Some of the new stuff.
I'm really into hip hop.
Is there is new hip hop just as good as old stuff?
Yeah. More talking, less singing. That's right.
Okay, so actually, this man here says that hip hop has actually improved through the ages. Okay, what? Yeah.
Now pop is all about either a love song or something that's supposed to be really catchy.
What's wrong with a love song?
There's loads and loads and loads of them. It's just sickening.
Okay, too many love songs. Okay.
All songs are love songs, basically.
You think that a song is basically a love song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, basically all of them.
Okay. Can anyone think of a song that's not a love song?
Yes, Supermassive Black Hole by Muse.
Yeah. Is that not about?
See, I don't like music in the charts, but stuff like Royal Blood and Muse.
Yeah.
And
sort of like love songs.
They don't sing love songs. They sing songs about people like being destroyed.
Okay. Yeah.
Odd Per Clock.
So say again.
Odd Per Clock, definitely not a love song.
Odd Per Clock. What is that? I don't know. Okay, we're learning all the time.
Nyan Nyan Cat.
Yeah. Is that not a love song? It's not about loving cats.
No.
No.
Technologic.
What's that?
Technologic.
Technology.
No, technologic.
What? Technology.
No, it's about living over and over and over.
Okay, I'm getting confused now. Maybe Will. Where's he gone? Will's gone when Well, like they were talking about music. I don't know any of it. I need help. Are you going for a wee-wee? Go. Well, I'll keep this going. Okay.
It's the reason music's getting worse is because it's extrinsic and it used to be intrinsic. People are now.
What do you mean by that?
People are now doing it for money. But from the 60s to maybe the 90s, we had people doing it because they loved music.
Can you give us an example of like an old school group that just did it for the music?
Beatles.
The Beatles, okay.
Beatles, Queen.
Yeah.
But now we've got Ed Sheeran, who doesn't actually write his own songs, and he does it all for money. He gets lots. He doesn't. It's ghost written.
Okay. So apparently Ed Sheeran has got a ghost that writes his songs. Did you know that?
He believes in ghosts.
Okay. Does Ed Sheeran believe in ghosts? Do you need to believe?
Do you believe in ghosts? Are ghosts real?
Okay.
Since when?
Yeah. You're saying ghosts are real.
Ghosts are real.
Okay.
I see spirits.
Okay.
Spirits are ghosts.
Right. Okay. So once.
Totally different.
Okay. So spirits and ghosts.
They're totally different.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Spirits are usually beings.
Yeah.
Ghosts. No. Ghosts are usually souls of dead people, while spirits.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a difference between when it comes to writing pop songs, are spirits or ghosts better at writing them? I don't know. Ghosts.
Guess that because they once were a person.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's what ghosts is.
Okay, we're gonna have a change from ghost to spirit. You're gonna get some new spirit in the table. I'm just gonna fill you in, Will. What we're talking about now is like it's all in. Hang on. I've got to do the sum up. So please, ears everybody. So basically, we've been talking about music. Has it got worse through the ages? From the 80s onwards, some of those older bands had integrity, their belief in the music, whereas Ed Sheeran gets his songs ghost written. But are ghosts actually real? And what's the difference between a ghost and a spirit? And can a spirit write a pop song as well as a ghost? That's what we're talking about now. Let's keep it warm. We're gonna have Will in the middle of the table. Are you ready, Will? Okay, in you come.